Hello, History of Women in Sport students. Welcome to your summer course of History of Women in Sport. This is going to be a quick 5-week class on women in sport history, and this is normally a full semester course, and so it's going to be a fast and furious and material loaded 5 weeks of fun. I wanted to send this video to you a few days ahead of time here so that you can take a look at some of the materials I'm going to talk about here briefly in this video to get you prepared for class that starts on the 18th. So I'm hoping that this will just kind of help ease you into class starting online on Monday for our class. I know we all have been going through online classes for the last 8 weeks as we finished out the spring semester, so certainly online won't be novel to any of you, like it usually is for some people in the summer when I've had summer class online before. But I just wanted to go over a few things to help prepare you for what's expected of you. Like I said, this class is a full semester, 4-credit worthy class that we're scrunching into 5 weeks, and it's a lot of material. And so the first thing I'm going to tell you is that you need to be on top of the weekly material on a regular basis, because really if you let 1 week go by, you are going to be really struggling to keep up and catch up, because there's essentially about 3 weeks of material in 1 week, because of, again, thinking about how we're condensing a full semester into 5 weeks. If we were meeting in person, we would meet every single day. So you have to kind of think about the fact that this is a fast track version of a full 16-week semester class. So what I did was I posted a couple of things on Moodle for you already at the top of our page. The first thing you'll see is our syllabus, the syllabus, and that's it's a link that looks kind of like a PowerPoint. You can look through those pages, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that here soon, so you can kind of look through it as I'm talking about it. And then the course schedule, which has essentially the week by week things that you need to accomplish, and the topics that we'll be covering, and then a Zoom link. So we will be using both Big Blue Button through the Moodle page, and also Zoom. The Zoom link is for my office hours if you need it or want it. The Big Blue Button is our formal class sessions that we will meet when we have synchronous class. So the first thing I want to draw to your attention are 3 dates that you should put on your calendar, because they are the 3 synchronous times that I want our class to meet. Everything else about this class will be asynchronous. We will not formally be in the same online together and having class together, but I do have us 3 different times meeting together, as many of us as possible. I do realize that while I tried to pick a time that I think is a comfortable time, like it's not too early in the morning, it's not too late at night, if some of you might be working or have conflicts that may not allow you to be on the synchronous class session. But I am hoping if you're able to accommodate accordingly, knowing these dates, that you can hopefully do that. So the first one is the first day of class, which is May 18th at 10 a.m. That's our first Big Blue Button session. The next one is June 1st at 10 a.m., which is a couple weeks in, on a Monday as well. And then the last one will be either June 17th or June 19th, which is the last week of our class, Wednesday or Friday. And those are presentations that we'll be doing in class. And what I do is I split the class in half to do your presentations. So you'll either have to be on a Big Blue Button on Wednesday or a Big Blue Button on Friday. So and that will be determined, if you're on the 17th or the 19th, that will be determined by week 3, I think, is when I will have you planning for those last presentations, so you'll know what date at that time that you'll need to be on the call, so or on the presentation day. So those are the first. That's the first thing I want to make sure you mark on your calendar and try to do your best to be with us. If you can't be with us, I really appreciate you letting me know what your conflict is. Um, and then if there's a few of you and I can coordinate for you to meet at another time in the week or on that day later in the day or whatever, then I'll try to do that so that we can capture the things that you missed in the big blue button session. So please let me know as soon as you can if you have conflicts with those, if you already know that, or as soon as you can before those dates come up, what your conflict might be. So then going to the class syllabus, you're going to see there's a link there for the class syllabus, and it's about nine slides long. The first slide is the title of the class. The second slide actually has my full like location, my office location, and my office hours, which are for real office hours that I have for you. These are like open hours that I'll have available if you want to meet with me. That's what the Zoom link will be for. At the top of the Moodle page, it's just an open Zoom link. If you want to meet, you can click on that Zoom link and I'll be available to you, or you can FaceTime me if you have an iPhone. We can FaceTime. So anytime in those windows of time on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9:10 to 9:40 or 11:30 to 12:45, and then on Friday from 9:10 to 11. I'll just be available. I do ask that you maybe shoot me a text first that you're going to jump in, just in case I either am on another call with a student, or if I happen to be doing something, like if I'm in the middle of an email or drafting, doing something, right? Like I'm maybe doing something that I just want to be able to take my focus off of and be able to focus on chatting with you. So please make sure that you just shoot me a quick text if you want to jump in and do a call with me, and then I'd be happy to meet with you. So at any time during these 5 weeks together, if you want to talk face to face, please utilize one of those methods to do so. And obviously you can see that I prefer the morning times. But if those don't work for you, again, text me and we can work something else out. Evenings after 9 p.m. are pretty open for me, so we can do that too if that is better for you. Then you're going to see the course description. You're going to see the learning outcomes, which I think you should take a look at more carefully. And you'll see on the course schedule how the different assignments that we're doing meet those course outcomes. And so you can take a look at those. You'll see that on the next slide, slide 5, the units of study, what we're going to be covering through these 5 weeks. So like I said, it's a lot. We're covering about 8 different areas that I think are critical in learning and understanding about women in sport. Then you're going to see the grading system there, what percentage of your class grade is attached to what projects and assignments. And then the course expectations, starting on page 7. Those are really important for you to read too. I think it's critical that you understand how important it is to me that we really think about our behavior, that we are thinking about being ethical and working or behaving with integrity in our class, that we do work that is our own, that we abide by the honor code in this class, that we also embrace and are open to diversity. Obviously, this class we're talking about women. And we're talking about the sort of the plight of female athletes, but it also, of course, gets into conversations about women in general, and the inequalities that we have long faced, and how we have made progress and where we have room to continue to push for progress and look to grow. And so the sport world in general is obviously just rich in diversity in every way that you can think of it, and so it really does make it a situation, or it really does make it a space where, and diversity should be embraced, and inclusivity is just inherent, should be just inherent. So, though I think it's expected of you to have an open mind, and be willing to learn about how we can continue to push for um, more inclusivity and embrace that diversity that we see in sport. So I think that that's important for you to acknowledge and recognize and know that it's my expectation of you as well. Also, an expectation is your time commitment and attendance, because, like I said, we're putting lots of materials into a short, truncated version of a semester, and so your time commitment to getting the coursework done is going to be significant, and your attendance at things, so like not just the synchronous big blue button sessions, but also watching and taking time and attending the video lectures that I post in your own on your own pace is important as well. Then the course policies, you'll see those are there for you to also read a little more closely. And then you'll see my classroom philosophy. And it's harder when we're online to create an environment where you're encouraged to express your own ideas and participate in the educational experience, but I really encourage you to try to do what you can to be engaged and involved through this online format. The discussion boards are a great place for you to engage with each other and express your opinions and share your viewpoints, right? Um, and also, when we do have the big blue button sessions, that you think about that like a classroom, and that you chime in and add to the discourse when you feel comfortable and able to, and even feel challenged to. I think that's a great opportunity for you to share your voice with us. So you can take a little bit more closer look at those things on the syllabus as you have time to look at them. But the next thing I want to then cover with you is the course schedule. So it says course schedule and assignment descriptions. So when you open that, this might look more like a traditional syllabus to you, but it doesn't have any of the information from what I just went over with you. So really, all this is it breaks down the assignments for you, and then it gives you the course outline and schedule. And so if you can go down to that, that's on page two of this document. You are going to see that sort of red and white striped schedule, and that's what you need to be paying a lot of attention to. But what you will see is that the pattern is the same every single week. Materials will be posted on Monday. I suggest that you complete readings by Wednesday or Thursday, so that you can watch and listen to and look at the PowerPoints and the lectures no later than Friday. And then there's always going to be a discussion board due by Saturday. I will try really hard each week to have the discussion board posted and ready for you to participate in by Thursday of the week, but no later than Friday. And then you need to get on there and add to the discussion board when you have the chance to. And then there's always a quiz on Moodle, a timed quiz on Moodle that goes up every Friday, and you have to take no later than midnight on Sunday. And also by midnight on Sunday, you need to write a one-page reflection on the materials of the week. So material posted Monday. Expect you to probably read and get through it by Wednesday or Thursday. Watch and listen to PowerPoints and lectures by Friday. Post on the discussion board by Saturday. Take the quiz no later than midnight on Sunday, and post your reflection no later than midnight on Sunday. So you hopefully can get into a pattern too of like when you submit your things, you know when you have to get it done, etc. So what you will get at the beginning of the week are reading materials posted. You'll get what the discussion board is going to be about, so what your contribution to the discussion board will need to be, so you can start preparing for that. And then And then just a reminder that the Moodle quiz will be on the topics of the week, and that your reflection also will be due by Sunday of that week. And so I'll put that reminder out there, and everything will be posted by Monday. And then the following week, the same thing. And then the following week, the same thing. The following week, the same thing. And then the fifth week, that is a little bit different week, because we will have those presentations that week. And so there will be a very short amount of reading in that fifth week, and a couple, or I think just one lecture that fifth week. And then it will be your presentations, but we will still have a discussion board based on the presentations. We'll still have a quiz based on the presentations, and then you'll still do a reflection based on the presentations and the other topics of that week, or the other topic of that week, which is Wittenberg Women's Athletics. So it's a little different because of the presentations, but that you still have those components due at the end of the week. And then, so what you see is that I sort of highlighted in pink the discussion boards each week and what they're going to be covering. I have the Moodle quizzes highlighted each week in green, and then I have the reflections highlighted each week in yellow. Those are all point producing. Regular activities happening each week. There are two other point opportunities to get for class. One is it's called the Her Story paper, and then the other one is your final presentation and paper. So those are sort of all the areas where you get points. I highlighted them for you. The only other thing highlighted on the schedule are the big blue button sessions over under the date, so that again you can get those on your calendar and hopefully be able to join us for those. I did put 6 weeks on the calendar, but that 6 week literally is for you to make up work. If you have missed something, if you got behind on something, the only thing you can't make up are the quizzes. So if you don't do a quiz, I apologize now, but it'll be open from Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday until midnight. So you have 3 days to take the quiz. If you know you're going to have a conflict and can tell me ahead of time, we can work it out. But if you just happen to forget and don't take it, you can't make it up. So make sure you set an alarm or reminder, whatever you have to do to make sure you take that quiz each week. And that's your shot at that. But all the other work you can submit. If you get behind or if you miss a due date or something, you can submit up until that 6th week, up until June 26th. So you do have kind of a week buffer before I will submit grades for the summer class. So you know, okay? Sorry for kind of the longer intro video here, but I wanted to make sure I covered this information that I felt like was important for you to have as we get ready and get into our summer session together. I look forward to seeing you on Monday, May 18th at 10 a.m. Everything is going to be Eastern Daylight Time, so if you are on Central Time, Mountain or Pacific Time, you will have to adjust accordingly. I apologize for that. I did try to do 10 o'clock to hopefully help. I do realize that's pretty early if you're in Pacific Time, so if we have to adjust that to help those people out, we may do that. But I don't think anybody's from the West Coast. But anyway, so like I said, okay, so if you have questions, email me before we get started. There is no text required for this class because I will post all the readings on Moodle. So you don't have to worry about purchasing a text or finding a text. I will make sure that you have the readings applicable to each of the week's materials that we're covering or topics that we're covering. So my phone number is at the top of Moodle, the Zoom link is at the top of Moodle, the syllabus and then the course schedule at the top of Moodle, our Moodle page. If you need anything before we start on Monday, give me a call, give me a text, shoot me an email. Otherwise, I will look forward to seeing you in class on Monday. Everyone have a great little break from the end of spring semester till we start Monday, the 18th, and I will see you then. Thanks, everybody.